I wanted to show you a rental property in Benfeita today, favoured by many people who are living the off-grid life over that way in Benfeita. A really good, what do I call it, a pied-à-terre, a landing pad for someone who wants to explore that area. 300 euros a month, a lovely little cottage overlooking the village, I believe. So we'll go back to that. But talking of this idea of people being a bit eggy on social media, I just wanted to share with you a bit of feedback I had, and I'll ask you if you think I've dealt with this in the appropriate manner. Had a comment the other day on the YouTube channel. Do please subscribe if you don't mind on there, if you haven't already. We've got over 400 people who've subscribed now to the Good Morning Portugal YouTube channel, where this show goes up on YouTube after we've done it. As well as the Casa to give people a really good idea of the types of property they can get, usually within the kind of happy homesteader vibe. But this is Janegi or Jonesy, who says, what a lovely job you YouTubers have done. Even here in the north, the rental and housing prices have doubled at least. Face the facts, we're living well, so keep your gob shut. The last thing we need is more Airbnb buying, every building standing and putting rents up even more. So I was a bit taken aback by that, and I said, "Hola, Jonesy. If you've bothered to watch before losing your temper, you would know I'm critical of unsustainable tourism and gentrification. That said, I believe the interior can benefit from some inward investment. I'm not your enemy, and you would be welcome to air your concerns on my show. I would ask for a little more respect and civility if you choose to join me." Smiley face. So this is an interesting thing. You know, I like I said, you know, I think we do have to approach tourism and the economy in a sustainable and sensitive way. And I do get his point. But what do you think about that? Should I keep my gob shut about Portugal? Should we stop talking about it and keep this secret? Hannah, here's someone we haven't seen for a little while. How are you, Hannah? Been watching on the quiet for weeks, enjoying everyone's journey and wishing I could join you in the motherland. Oh, it's become the motherland for Hannah now. I genuinely missed you over the last few days. Thanks, Hannah. Really appreciate it. That's very kind. Thanks to everybody. Feeling very loved by you all, and feeling a bit rusty as well. I've got my backdrop all wrong and just really struggling a little bit with the tech this morning, but we'll soon get back into the habit as if nothing ever happened. And something else, I want to let's see if we can share this without crushing the site. This is something from Gary. Gary tipped me off the other day. Really nice mention of a new suspension bridge that is also like a really well kept secret. Maybe it's something they don't want to air the idea yet because of the lockdown. But I'm going to go now to a let's get rid of a few of these tabs here, because that's often what's causing the problem. Julie Dawn Fox, you might know her as a prolific blogger, one of the great expat bloggers of Portugal. That would be Julie Fox, who when we were having Matthias Rosé-gate recently, I got her mixed up with Julie Marsh, and she wondered why I was talking to her about Matthias Rosé. But anyway, here she is. This is Julie Fox talking about the place where this new, sorry, hold tight. I was talking about being dizzy, wasn't I, on Monday? This will make you dizzy if you keep looking at the screen. But I just want to, here we go. Here's Julie Dawn Fox in Portugal and her blog about the place in question that Gary was talking about. Aruca in Portugal. Central Portugal, northern Portugal, off the beaten track, travel in Portugal. Oh, I see that. Those are her tags. That's not a description of Aruca. And there's Julie, and there's this marvelous place, Aruca, that I just want to share with you this morning. Oh, incidentally, hope you had a fabulous day yesterday, celebrating the holiday of the Portugal Community Day and the day of Portugal's greatest poet, Camões, yesterday, not known until after his death so well, I think. But certainly celebrated now on the 10th of June, it would appear. And one of his poems read for you on the Good Morning Portugal page, not by me, but by Mr. Romance Languages. So it's worth checking out because he reads it in Portuguese. He's a Mexican polyglot, he describes himself as, and he reads it in Portuguese and he reads it in English. And Camões, in this particular poem, is not the happiest soul, it has to be said. He's a bit full of existential angst, but it kind of reflects the times in a funny sort of way. And thank you to Neil for tipping me off about the holiday yesterday and the poet. So check that out. Really nice reading of the poem and helpful, obviously, with you learning the language. Interesting target that Astrid set there. I'm going to learn by Christmas. Right, there's a lot to be said for the power of pictures, says Julie here. Images of the Paiva River boardwalk started popping up in my Facebook feed and spurred me into action. Just days after the official opening, a couple of friends and I decided that that the 2-hour drive to Aruca National Park was worth it based on the photos we'd seen. Look, and here they are. Look at these boardwalks. Wiggly wooden walkway of Aruca. Nice bit of alliteration there. What a fabulous landscape to walk in. And she says it's not for the faint-hearted. And we've been intending to join a group of walkers coming from Porto, but in the end we decided to go it alone, just as well, really, as we didn't manage the entire 8-kilometer walkway. But just scrolling through here now, look, there's an overview of the walks that you can do, and I'm hoping there's going to be more pictures. Yeah, look at this fabulous landscape. You find your place to live. We're talking to Astrid about that, won't we? You find your favorite place to live in Portugal, and then you've got Portugal for the rest of your life to explore, and all these wonderful, what I think of as incredibly well-kept secrets. Now, there is the suspension bridge, the old suspension bridge. And I think in days to come, I'm going to bring you pictures of the new suspension bridge, which is absolutely breathtaking. And in any other country in the world would be a massive song and dance about it. I mean, can you imagine if it was America? It'd be a band playing and, some civic dignitaries opening it up. Well, I'm sure there will be here to some extent, but it is absolutely breathtaking, this incredible feat of engineering, which completely dwarfs this suspension bridge, which is pretty awesome to look at there, isn't it? That's the old suspension bridge. And there's this new incredible, mainly metal suspension bridge, it has to be said, Aruca. So just a few more pictures to whet your appetite about. Look at this. That's, to me, I love river beaches in Portugal. There's one in the Paiva boardwalk at Aruca. And Julie's verdict, even though we didn't manage the full walk this time around, we were almost impressed, not almost impressed, we were almost impressed, and will return for more. The scenery is gorgeous, and although the walkway stands out in its newness, it will soon fade in color and blend into the background. Well, there's a new one. I'm sure that has blended into the background. Look, once the new transparent suspension bridge is open, June 2019, that's the one. Obviously delayed by COVID, but I think about to open any minute now. And they're probably waiting until more people can visit. Obviously, it will definitely be up there among the best hikes in the world. Isn't that amazing? Had you heard of it? I wasn't aware of it. So that's where you need to go is Paiva Walkways, Paiva walkways.com. And you will go there and you'll see the pictures. It's absolutely incredible. And I hope to share a picture with you of the incredible new mostly metal and massive suspension bridge that's there. Julie Marsh, thank you. Very nice. I love your messages. Thanks, everyone. And Boaz as well. Some people are saying after talking to Boaz and getting naked, that's where it all went a bit downhill. And I might have got a chill or something like that. Who knows? Other people have still been left in shock by that. But still one of the most popular of our videos on YouTube. Good to see. But oh, yeah, we're going back into the comments here. Let's have a look. We have a new... Oh, look! Singing the praises of Castanheira de Pera, as you would expect. We have a new walkway at the top of the valley in Castanheira de Pera, in the village of Coentral. Amazing. Morning all. I'm late to the party today, but glad to see you back. Thank you very much, Veronica. Really appreciate it. And the walkway that Peter's talking about has its own Facebook page. Search for Passadiço da Ribeira das Coelhas. So incredible, isn't it? All these lovely treasures around Portugal. Like I say, you decide where you want to be, and then you've got this incredible country to explore, probably for the rest of your life, enough to see, and then you go to Spain, obviously, go across the border. What a fabulous place to be. Aren't we lucky? And for those of you who might be joining us this morning after Chris Patterson's epic live stream last night, where we talked about homesteading for an hour and a half, me and another Carl McAdam, who's chosen Fundao as his place to live. Some of you may be with us this morning, and one of the recommendations I gave was to rent and, to tour and rent or house sit. Some people just know where they want to live and they pick a place and that's it for that type of character. But for others, it's a great adventure to be had before you decide exactly where you want to be. And so I thought I'd share with you this morning a really lovely rental property from Pure Portugal Holidays and Rentals. Really good site. Yes, beautiful. Pure Portugal Holidays and Rentals. And this, I'll read through it for you. I think this is a great base. If you're the sort of homesteader who's looking for somewhere in the kind of Castelo Branco area, this is a good possibility for you. Okay, a little pied à terre. Let's read the details. Casa de Oliveira, picturesque cottage in Olive Grove on the edge of Benfeita village. I hope you can see this on your screen. Those listening in the podcast, a little bit more difficult. I will paint pictures with words. €300 a month. You might just think, yeah, this is cool. I'll stay here. It's fantastic. Very affordable, lovely village. Casa de Oliveira is up a winding old cobbled street and in a secluded position overlooking the village. There is car parking at the bottom of this street, and at the top, but the street is too steep and narrow for a car, so it's a short walk of around 100 meters to the cottage. Price you pay for a commanding view. There are olive trees near the front door, which is up a flight of steps from the olive terrace. Next to this is the patio with table and chairs, which faces south and has stunning views across the valley. Really loving the sound of this. Inside, there's an open plan, fully equipped kitchen, dining, living room with solar and gas heated water, satellite TV, and then a bedroom and a bathroom. Sofa bed in the lounge area, which can sleep two. The lounge features a powerful Scandinavian wood-burning stove, which keeps the house warm in winter. If I lived there, I'd be giving that stove a name. I think I'd call it some sort of stereotypical name like Sven. Let's stoke up Sven to keep us all warm in the winter as he blasts out his powerful heat throughout the house. There are several small storage rooms under the house, one of which is a firewood store. Benfeita, look, this is the thing. Look at these lovely pictures here as well. Oh, I see. Yeah, we'll come back to the picture show in just a moment. Benfeita is the hub of a large international community of organic farmers, artists, and musicians. This is the draw here. So there are quite frequent cultural events taking place. It has a great river beach. Yes, been there, fantastic, with a children's pool and changing rooms. There's also an open-air bar with free Wi-Fi, post office, and a village shop. 2 kilometers up the road are the spectacular waterfalls of Fraga de Pena, and there are many shops and restaurants and other facilities in the pretty town of Coja, which is 9 kilometers away. Situated in the beautiful village of Benfeita in the Serra de Açor Mountains of central Portugal, 15 kilometers from Arganil, which is also fabulous, 70 kms from the university city of Coimbra, with its high-speed rail links to Porto in an hour and Lisboa in 1 hour 40. €300 a month, minimum of 6 months, 40 a month for electricity, and a supplementary heating of the house will be an additional charge if you're not using Sven, the magnificent Scandinavian heater. I've fallen in love with their heater already. The water costs are included in the rental price, but gas cylinder refills and firewood are not, as you might expect. So let's have a look at a few pictures. Is that the town or the yeah, that's the town, isn't it? Okay, isn't it beautiful? €300 a month. Some people, back in Blighty, where I'm from, might be thinking, yeah, that's good enough. I'll take it. That's an affordable way of life, is it not? And a beautifully appointed place, as you can see there. And I'm guessing these are the waterfalls at Fraga de Pena. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely lovely. And I do love that window shot there, looking out across the landscape, the terraced hills of Benfeita, beautiful part of the world. And you get to be neighbors with local permacultural genius, Wendy Howard, who's over that way as well. Sorry, did I just show you that valley picture? I want to show you that again. Look at that. Nestling in the valley there. A couple more shots of the interior. Very nicely done. Really beautifully done for €300 a month. Look at that lovely place to be. Let's finish with that beautiful shot from the window again. Really, really nice. So that will be the Casa de Oliveira. Arganil is, I guess, your nearest sort of municipality in the district of Coimbra. €300 per month. Go to Pure Portugal Holidays.com. So that's holidays and rentals there. It's really nice. If you're the sort of person who likes scrolling through, looking at various properties, it's a really beautiful collection there at Pure Portugal Holidays and Rentals. That just about, I think, wraps us up for today. It's 9:40. Goodness gracious. As hard as I try to keep this to half an hour, it's a tricky one to do that. Good morning, Carl. Glad to see you back. Thank you Steve and Claire. We've moved on to, okay, that's really interesting. You'll be able to tell us about your new place, I'm sure, in the coming days. Falaisia. On the coast on Monday. Lovely here, but the beach was packed yesterday. Really weird, isn't it? Mainly Portuguese enjoying their break after being locked down. Yeah, we're in the twilight zone, folks. You know, people I think are saying, sod it, we're going out, whatever. Do we have another Fungi Friday tomorrow on the show? We've completed our Fungi Friday series with Shimajito. They're always welcome because I just love what they're doing. But officially, we have completed on that. But there's no reason why we can't make it our own Fungi Friday, Peter. I don't know if you've got any ideas. Do share them with us and keep those Portuguese with Paulo memes coming our way because it's really helping me learn extra vocabulary, and I do appreciate it. So we can talk fungi. And as you may have seen, I cooked up some shiitake mushrooms, which I think are just medicine. Part of my recovery plan over the last couple of days of getting stronger was to have a lovely big pan of shiitake mushrooms fried in butter and olive oil, seasoned and popped on some Portuguese, well-buttered Portuguese bread and a few chopped herbs from the garden. Really loved that. I find it really fortifying. That and seafood. Seafood may be what got me in trouble in the first place, but shiitake mushrooms. Oh, talking of home cooking, a sourdough pancake has just entered the studio. That's not my pet name for my dear wife. There is actually a sourdough pancake just to my left now. So I'm going to eat that and wish you adieu, farewell, hasta luego, ate próxima. And perhaps a bit of fungi action tomorrow, Peter. Let me know what you're thinking. Thanks also, all of you so much for your kind words and best wishes. And yes, Peter, Gary, I've just reminded you there. Can we talk about bread soon? So I think it was really popular, wasn't it, when Louisa joined us on another camera in the house making toothpaste. And I've come up was there a toothpaste called Signal? If you make your own toothpaste, is that like Virtue Signal? See what I did there. But yes, Gary, we could get Louisa doing some bread live, maybe some sort of sourdough thing, and talking about her bread experience. So yes, I think you're right, Gary. The lockdown thing did cause a lot of people to turn to their yeast, as it were, and think about baking at home. Hopefully a habit that has stuck for a few people, as well as balancing it with beautiful local bread, because Portuguese bread, I think, is awesome. So yes, we can talk about bread soon, Gary. Thanks for that prompt, and good to see you back from Joseph. Hello, Joseph. Great to see you as well, joining us this morning. So as much as I'd like to keep rabbiting on, I have got a lovely pancake with butter oozing and dusted liberally with sugar next to me. So I'm going to get stuck into that, and we'll see you tomorrow. Let's make it your own. This live stream, this podcast, this YouTube is as much about you as it is about me, celebrating life as happy homesteaders here in Portugal. So your ideas are really welcome. Do please share them with me. Give me prompts about where you want to go. And of course, we rely on like the business model. I use that description very loosely, but the business model is support us. Oh, this is Louisa's Feel Good Astrology. Wrong one. Please buy us a packet of seeds at coffee.com/Carl if you'd like to support the show in a gift economy style. We're talking about that last night on the homesteading special with Chris Patterson, this whole idea of the gift economy. And Louisa was saying this morning, yeah, we have not just flattened the curve, we've flattened the economy, haven't we? Flattened everyone, really, and we've got to look at other ways of sustaining ourselves. I did hear a friend of mine was saying yesterday, Portugal, Spain and France looking at universal basic income in a very serious way. But we did find out, one thing we found out with lockdown COVID is how vulnerable we are, I think, in terms of livelihood, and we've got to come up with some other ideas around that, have we not? Gift economy being one of them. So take great care, and we'll see you in the morning. And look at that. That's the perfect sign off. Adios, todos.